From human trafficking to YouTube ban, the odd case of a Filipino pastor. In a surprising turn of events, Filipino pastor and self-proclaimed appointed son of God, Pastor Apollo C. Quiboloy, had his YouTube channel terminated on June 21st for alleged violations of the platform's community guidelines. The termination came after Canadian YouTuber Mutahar Anwas, also known as Some Ordinary Gamers, flagged YouTube support team on Twitter, highlighting Quiboloy's previous cases of human trafficking and the FBI warrant against him. YouTube promptly reviewed the channel and took it down. Prior to its suspension, Quiboloy had over 47,000 subscribers. But who was this guy? Quiboloy leads the religious group Kingdom of Jesus Christ and has been on the FBI's most wanted list since February 2022, facing charges of human trafficking and money laundering. The controversial religious leader has also faced allegations of sexual abuse and severe human rights abuses, resulting in sanctions from the Office of Foreign Assets Control, or OFAC, of the U.S. Treasury Department. Quiboloy's media outlet, Sunshine Media Networks International, has been criticized for engaging in baseless labeling and supporting far-right political figures. Despite the controversy, this is so funny, Quiboloy continues to garner attention, such as when he claimed to have stopped an earthquake in 2019 simply by yelling "stop" at it.
Well, did it work?
He's banned. Oh no, no. So here's what the earthquake. What happened was that there was this really bad earthquake, and he gave a sermon about it. And when he was giving a sermon about it after it happened, this is my understanding, is he was basically like, "Oh yeah, so it was happening, and I was in my apartment or whatever. I was in my home, and it just yelled stop, and it stopped. He did it." And then when people were making fun of him for it, this asshole, he said that he could have had the power to stop like the Omicron variant of COVID, right?
Oh,
but he didn't, because people were, you know what they said the last time. You know what he said?
They made fun of him. Oh,
the last time he had the magnanimity, the beneficence. To use his power, his connection as the appointed son of God himself, to say, "Stop, earthquake." And people roasted him for it. And it was so hurtful and so disrespectful. So he could have stopped and helped prevent the deaths and injury of, I don't know, thousands of his countrymen. But instead, he's like, "No, you know what I need to do? I need to let this go. I need to let this continue because they hurt my feelings last time." Absolutely ridiculous.
I mean, you should be more grateful.
Yeah.
The person stops an earthquake.
Obviously.
This is why. Yeah.
Obviously.
But like when he said, so when an earthquake starts, okay, it doesn't just go on. So when he said stop and the earthquake stopped, it was like as opposed to what? Like just continuous earthquake and then just like, I don't know, have you've experienced earthquakes before, Susanna?
Yeah. Oh yeah. All the time where I grow up, they're common.
Yeah, but like how long do they last when they start?
I mean, a big one is like 5 minutes. Usually it's a few seconds of some pretty deep rumbling. It's a few seconds, and then sometimes you get aftershocks where after a couple minutes you get another one.
Yeah, but
that's it.
You're getting too much detail. Okay,
sorry, this is part of my culture.
Yeah. yes, I know. When an earthquake starts, it's okay. You're missing my point. Okay, when an earthquake starts, it takes a few seconds and it stops. That's how I've experienced. So when he said, "I said stop," and it stopped, was he expecting like as opposed to what? Just like we have just like everything is going to be shaky from now on. I guess he didn't say that. Like, is that what he expected?
I think so.
Yeah,
I think so. Darko saying they stop every time ice cream stop. Makes me think.
Yeah, don't think too much about that. Yeah.
Oh my God. No, in Armin, in the show notes, I included a photo of him that if you want, we should bring up because I'm like, you know, if you dress like this, that this is about to be some bullshit. Okay. But in all honesty, this guy is a dangerous man. He controls a lot of money. He has been accused of human trafficking by using fraudulent visas to bring people to the United States on false pretenses and then basically traffic them for labor within his own cult. And then takes these people and tells them that their money are going towards donors to help build the church and spread the message. But really, the money is going towards building their lifestyle of the leaders. You know, okay, here's a picture of him. And this is him in some sort of ceremony. He's being crowned, excuse me. You know, if there's a dude who made his own organization, it's like he was originally a Pentecostalist, and then he had fights with. I did a deep dive into his history. He had fights with other pastors because they thought he was basically too arrogant figure, and so he went and made his own branch, his own organization, and. So, you know, if someone creates their own organization and they're dressing like this, that it's about to be some bullshit. Like, exactly, a Pope wannabe. Like, just creating an excuse to dress up like a king is weird. And obviously, this man is a malignant narcissist. He's also accused of essentially sex trafficking of young girls and many abuses that go along with that. Basically, of course, as I don't know why this is always such a thing, but you know, a Christian cult leader will come along and immediately start messing with children and saying that this is how they get spiritually clean and close to God through their night duties, as they were called. So he's also accused of that. And because of the totality of his alleged crimes, he's now on the FBI's most wanted list. And I think
since when?
Since last year, since February 2022. Okay. And I don't think the Philippines has received an extradition order for him yet, because we technically could extradite him to the US if they really wanted, I think. In any ways, so he was put on the FBI most wanted list in 2022, and his YouTube channel and all of its subsidiaries and stuff was allowed to exist on YouTube until like 2 weeks ago. Until this big YouTuber, Some Ordinary Gamers, Mudahar, he called out YouTube and was like, this guy's wanted by the feds. Like, what is he doing here?
So here,
shouts
YouTube
out to Mudahar.
Mudahar, who's this guy?
His on YouTube, his name is Some Ordinary Gamers. I actually watched some of his content. He's a pretty chill guy.
Where is he based?
In Canada.
Okay. So yeah, he reported that. Where is he from? Like, why would he?
Okay. Mudahar? He's like just an Indian Canadian.
Okay. Okay. How does he know about this? Interesting. But yeah. So YouTube responded to him. It's like, hey, update here. Upon review, we've determined that the channel is in violation of our community guidelines and has been terminated. Jeez, okay. And then you want to read this? Comments,
yeah. Oh, there was another comment on Twitter saying people who use Christianity as a shield for this stuff are sickening. Yep. Also, it's a very convenient shield. This guy, one comment is saying that man is very influential in the Philippines. Even if YouTube shut down his channel, he can still continue to preach because he has his own TV channel here. Yes, that's true. He's also accused or possibly implicated in possible murders of people to take their land, which is pretty sketchy. He is very powerful. He has a lot of powerful political connections.
Mm-hmm. On this one?
Oh, they allegedly pretend to solicit funds for funeral expenses for school tuition. or for school tuition, but the funds really go to his cult. Yep. Into buying crowns and robes. Because you know what? We need to spread the word of Christ. You know what we need? You know what would help us evangelize
Is this-
better? If I
Wait,
could
is it-
get
doesn't
some
he-
drip, I need some robes.
But doesn't he claim that he himself is the Son of God?
Yeah, or like appointed. And that's very controversial. It's like he's not fully saying that he's the Messiah, but it's like basically that.
Mm. Okay. Weird, but okay. Oh, we got a super chat.
Oh,
from Turkey.
Erkin gave us 20,
Erkin.
excuse me, 71 Turkish lira. My dyslexia jumped out. Saying Twitter has implemented a new policy that you can read up to 6,000 tweets a day. Use that limit wisely. Yeah. I saw Elon put out a message about that, and that seems kind of weird to me because why would you want to limit in any way the amount of time that people would spend on your platform when they're obviously so desperate for it?
Why would they do that? This is so
It
strange.
had something
Is
to
this
do with
real?
like data crawling or something.
Okay.